I had a baked bean go up my nose at 2.
You had a baked bean up your nose?
Yeah.
Why? He's waiting for that to stay out.
It was, wasn't it?
You always have beans on toast on podcast day.
Yeah, I had a baked bean go up my nose.
How?
Well, you know, like you've got like a hole in your mouth that like connects it to the nose.
Like the sinus thing.
Yeah.
Where you like...
It went up there and then it sort of sneezed it out.
Hang on,
Like a whole baked
So
bean.
you ate a baked bean up your mouth and
Were you
sneezed it out?
eating on the monkey bars for that?
I don't know how it I don't know how it happened, but I had to run to the kitchen. I was like, "There's a baked bean on my nose. It's a baked bean
But
up
you
my
can
nose."
feel it in your nose.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh,
Did you?
Hey, can you get it out? Did you get it out?
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
still
still in there
I
now.
literally sneezed it out, and I was like, "Look, this is the bean." Like, showed
Did
everybody.
you frame
This
it?
is the bean.
I imagine like you Fatima whip running it out on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Gawking it out your schnoz.
It was
Walking into your mum and dad watching TV on the sofa. This is the bean.
it was lodged in there.
Why do you always have baked beans on toast on a...
Easy tea, isn't it?
It's not tea, man. Dead
I like
dinner.
beans on toast. If you have 3 slices of bread, it's 2.
3 slices.
I
Do you have
back it. It's
cheese?
like it's
Yeah.
comfort tea.
Oh yeah, cheese as well.
I
Yeah.
have beans on toast if I'm short on time, yeah.
I have it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
lunch, but not tea.
That's
Yeah,
a
lunch, yeah.
bit of a boy dinner.
Yeah, but if you've had a big lunch, then it will do for dinner.
Yeah, true.
And
Yeah.
I make the toast, get the cheese, put the cheese on top of the bread, and then put the beans on top of.
I do half the beans, then the cheese, then half the beans again, then the other half the cheese.
And then a bit of salami.
Baked bean lasagna.
Baked bean lasagna, yeah. that is-
Mr. Gout.
How's your ham?
I've scanned quite a bit of it.
Of course you
I've
have.
I wasn't expecting it to look how it did when you put it in the chat.
Yeah,
It's
so
just like a
no,
piece.
no one has a clue
I thought
what
it would
this ham is
just
about.
be basically like what we saw in the shop.
It's basically while we're away in Valencia.
That's
Ja-
what we're talking about today, basically.
Yeah, it's a bit of a debrief. I think everyone's still a bit fucking dead from.
I'm still delirious. I'm
Yeah.
so tired.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a run through of like the weekend, and none of us quite really understood Jay's love for cured meats before we went away.
I think we understood it. We just didn't know to
Not to
what
that
extent. Yeah.
So we all enjoy cured meat from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of Parma ham.
The extent is insane.
No, only when I'm in Europe, not when I'm at home.
When in Rome.
Yeah, when in Rome, you're a Roman.
When in Rome, a kilogram of ham.
Yeah.
No. What shocked me the most was the biggest burger I've ever had that Jay also had, and then put an entire pack of Parma ham on top
Nah,
of it.
it's half a pack.
You ate the other half
It's
after?
not Parma ham when you're in Spain, you monk.
Oh,
Is it?
It's fucking Spanish ham.
I'm
Parma ham's from Parma.
God, it's the
Oh.
same.
They can still
Get it
they
right.
still
Still
sell
the
it.
same.
Nah, because Parma ham is like a melted mo with
I remind
pie
you of that when you're struggling with your
or
gout.
champagne. You know, champagne's just
Yeah.
Prosecco from the Champagne region.
Yeah.
Parma ham has to be from Parma.
So-
Yeah, but you can
Otherwise-
still buy it in Valencia.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
what
it
I'm
said Parma ham on the
It
packet.
probably did.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, whatever.
the moment we got to Valencia, the first thing we did was drop the bags off and do the big shop.
Big little shop.
We're only there 2 days.
It's actually just beers and baguettes.
We,
Yeah.
we
cured
bought,
meat.
what, 4, 5 crates of beer?
Well, 5 crates of beer, 6 packets of meat,
3 baguettes,
a couple of cheeses,
About
4
five-
bags of crisps.
Yeah.
and a watermelon.
an enormous watermelon.
The watermelon was a good shout, though. It was everyone's shout to have that so
It's
that
the
we
best.
did a
it's
job
the
with that.
It's best hungover
like
food, yeah.
when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, but
It's
we
hangover.
ate it on the night time, and I woke up and it looked like someone had been murdered wearing my shorts because there's watermelon juice all over them.
3 baguettes
Ham
for
juice.
€1 as well.
Yeah,
Insane.
I was surprised with how cheap Valencia is in general.
Yeah, go to Valencia.
I think we should start off with the drive to pick Jay up.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone want to explain that one?
Go on, Smeed, you're a designated driver. You can tell us about
So-
how.
He's just a typical
Well,
golf driver, wasn't it?
For context, me drove us to Stansted. It's a long drive.
Yeah, was.
But
You haven't thanked me yet, by the way.
thank you for that. No, yeah. Well, I think we all did.
Yeah, we did.
And you extorted us.
So
How did I extort you?
Don't know, you extorted
Defo made
extorted
money
us.
from us.
Yeah.
on the way to pick up Jay, who was the last to pick up, Smeed had a bit of road rage.
8:30 in the morning. by the way.
It wasn't even road rage. Some bloke raz past me
He
like,
did,
to get
be fair.
past.
He cut you up.
Yeah.
And
Undertaken.
I just applauded him because he was a prick.
And I think
And-
you beeped your horns.
No, I didn't beep my
beep his
horn.
horn.
I
It was
literally
just-
just
he
went.
literally
did that,
I just
yeah.
did that.
Didn't you
literally
do
all you
something
did.
as well? Didn't you like wave at him or something?
Shushed him.
No, yeah, I didn't shush him. I don't know. I did something that wound him up.
I think
But
we all just
then-
went, ooh.
Oh, I think that might have been. I might have given the.
Oh, yeah,
jazz
you went like
hands.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
'cause
jazz
he
hands,
was basically like sticking his arm out the window, like pointing, saying like pull over.
And
Yeah.
giving you the finger.
Give
And
him
then,
finger.
we pulled off.
I blew him a kiss as well. I don't think he liked
Yeah.
that.
But also, once he'd overtaken us, he was going about 10 miles an hour. No exaggeration, for nearly 2 miles.
Yeah. And then we took a left to go and pick up Jay, and then he was in front of us, bearing in mind, and then he turned around to follow us to
Yeah.
Jay's. And
Smith shot himself.
yeah,
I did at that point.
It was a unit, to be
This
fair.
must have been when
was
Cam
covered
rang
in
me and
tats.
said, "Oh, we're just coming onto your road now. Bring a knife."
we're getting followed.
Hung up. I was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Bring a knife, we're getting followed.
No, genuinely, it was like a scene out the in between, wasn't
yeah.
it? It was all we were giving it the big one, and then realised, shit, he's following us.
We weren't even giving it the
yeah,
big
it's
one.
not
though.
like we were the ones in
Nah.
the wrong. We just went, ooh, for someone that
Proper bus wankers
overtake.
moment.
It was,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we would have had him.
yeah.
We wouldn't have
It's got four men on him.
If
5 beer belly ballers on
Yeah.
one gorilla.
use this phrase "men" in quotation marks.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
What's the manliest thing you've done?
You got a baked bean stuck up
Yeah,
his nose.
sneeze the bean out.
I sneezed the bean.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, we got to Stansted okay. I then
You
tried to...
just kept taking the piss out of my road rage, and I don't think I've got road rage.
No.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
knock
you do a
lot of
bit,
people
yeah.
like
On the
that.
motorway
And
as
as
well.
well, like you said, typical golf driver. You are a typical BMW
No, I
driver.
disagree.
Mate, you change,
Oh, mate, on the way
change
back.
lanes like this.
Yeah, there's no gradual merge. It's just a.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
pissing about. Just getting in lane.
I'm pretty sure on the way back, like in the moments before you dropped me off at like 3 a.m, you pulled onto mine, didn't indicate, and went, "Oh, classic BMW driver."
Yeah, but mate, it was 3
Yeah, it
o'clock
was
in the
three.
morning.
Yeah, still.
That's a bit harsh, doesn't it?
Still,
Yeah, fuck
I'd
you,
still
Danny.
indicate. You never know who's about.
There was no one about.
It could be a pedestrian that you didn't see in the dark.
If I killed a pedestrian, I would have.
Cats. Could have.
Oh,
Well,
the
the
indicator. The
'cause
cat
the
knows
indicator-
what an indicator is.
Maybe, I don't know. Cats
Yeah.
clever.
Nah, fuck cats, man.
Yeah, that
I'd put money on cats knowing what an indicator does.
No, they do not. What do you mean?
They're seeing cars all the time.
A
They'll
cat
see
doesn't
them.
see an indicator and know the highway code.
Do
man.
they only see in black and white or something?
I don't know about cats. I know dogs do.
Dogs are colourblind, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to do some research. I'll bring it back next week. or
Do
next
cats
season
know
or
what
something.
indicators are?
I just-
No. Google AI. No.
Nah, mate. Mate, they make rats do puzzles. I bet a cat can know what an indicator is.
What do you mean?
What relevance is that?
I don't know.
A rat can't do a crossword.
Crossword.
Crossword?
A rat can't do a crossword. What do you mean?
Probably could. If it really wanted to. If it was trained enough and
If
given
it was
enough
just-
electric shocks
if it was
and or
just-
treats.
Like cheese,
Okay.
cheese, all the way down.
Cured meats.
Yeah, if you slap Jay in like a cube and shock him, and with the
Yeah.
off chance he'll get fed cured meat.
I'd like go to the next dimension, do some interstellar shit and knock a bookshelf off.
Do we have a beer, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
should
one.
we have
yeah.
a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gone a bit
so-
off topic here.
Yes, so we drank loads of beers and here's one of them.
Yeah, well, we've not.
We
We
didn't
didn't
try
actually
this
try
one.
this
We've
one.
not tried this one. Basically, we wanted some beers to bring back, but you can't get them through because we only had hand luggage. Had to get some from duty free. This is one of 3, so I'll bring in the other 2 next time. But I think everyone's that fucked from the last few days. So I don't think we can actually manage to try 3 beers without falling a kip. This is Althea.
Elphaba.
Elphaba.
Althea.
Althea Imprescindibles.
Oh, it's my
Mediterranean lager.
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean lager.
Have we got an opener?
What's
You got
the-
one?
Yeah, I've got
Sweet.
one. I mean, I would read it, but to be fair, there's barely any text on it, and it's all in Spanish.
So I need to do my best.
Does the bottle look nice?
Oh wait, no. It says ingredients: water, barley, malt, hops, and yeast. So
Same as
Oh,
every
who would have guessed?
yeah,
It just confirms there's no weird shit in there.
It's no mango or kiwi in it.
Yeah.
Oh, cured meat.
I quite like their little bottle with all their little houses. It's like
That is so cute.
Spanish. It's very holiday.
It's so cute.
I just, fucking hate this bottle opener.
I like
No,
the
you need to go
anchor
from
on the
other
lid
way,
as well.
other way.
Do you mean the other?
It's
Turn-
way?
not.
turn
It's
it
not.
round.
No, it's not, mate.
Ooh.
It's just a rubbish bottle.
It's a shit bottle opener.
This is the shit. Do I have to get a bit
That's
by
a really
bit?
tough
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
It's a bottle cap as well.
Well made, Spanish.
Yeah.
German
It's the
engineering.
first time anybody said that.
So what are we rating the bottle?
5.
Oh, I actually really like
Oh, I
it.
don't know if
I'm
it's a
not gonna lie.
5. I'll give it
No,
a
no.
4.
I think
It's a
that's
five.
nice.
I think a 3.
3? Nah, it's a 4.
I don't think it's as nice as the last one we had on.
Yeah,
the one that you bought
holiday.
in.
Oh yeah, it's like a holiday beer.
4.
4. It's
And
a 4.
I think you look pretty jazzy with that at the barbecue.
I think you look very on holiday with that.
Barbecue beer. Barbecue beer abroad.
Glug, 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 glug.
Have a good glug about it, didn't it?
Good gluggage.
I like that. We should do that more often.
What, pour it?
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Make it glug.
Ooh.
No, you needed to get the glug,
It's
man.
like being in the pub.
Go for the glug on this last one.
When do you hear a glug in a pub?
Glug in the pub?
No glug, just
Yeah.
pour.
I've
No,
literally got fucking nothing left in there.
Go on, pour some back.
Nah. Chin chin, chaps.
Are we
I
smelling?
smell.
Smells.
Oh, it smells like
Someone's
shit.
Yeah, it smells
smell
odd.
terrible.
Yeah, it smells
Oh, I'm glad
awful.
Ah,
It actually smells pooey.
it does. No, it does.
Is that a 1?
Poo beer?
Is it the cups though?
I thought that.
Oh
it
no,
could be
because
the
we
cup.
drank out of these cups last week.
That
and
doesn't
it's-
smell like poo.
That smells like poo.
Mine's
Mine
awful.
smells pooey.
It does smell.
You have pooey cups, man. That smells.
Where have these cups been?
Where have these cups
Up my
been?
arse.
No wonder it smells pooey.
Yeah, they do. They smell weird.
Well, it smells okay to me.
It kind of tastes a bit.
Pooey.
I
don't know
don't
if
think
that's
it
just-
I don't think it tastes like
I'm not
that.
gonna lie, it's fucking horrible.
That's the worst beer we've ever had.
I don't think it's that bad.
Can't it taste that barbecue
Oh
sauce
no,
one?
no,
No,
aftertaste
no,
is nice.
it's a
horrible.
brown
It
sauce
It tastes
one.
like a
Remember
bit.
that?
Yeah, it does.
Remember
it
that
does.
brown sauce bean?
The
one we
HP
had?
one.
That was
Yeah.
nicer than this.
That was at least a breakfast beer. This is like a
I give it a 2 for taste.
yeah, it's pretty shit.
It's
What-
2. It's not.
Yeah.
1 for smell, 2 for taste.
It's quite woody.
It's very
know what
I
I
weird.
don't like that.
No, I think it's been dead.
No, the aftertaste is horrible.
That's shit. Do
Absolute
you know what it
cost.
is?
God.
Oh, 3 for €11 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 3.50.
Did you get 3 different? Or?
Yeah, I got 3
Oh, okay.
different.
About
so I'll
three,
bring the
three
other
quid
two.
a bottle.
That's the weakest
Nah.
one.
Three
Well-
quid a bottle for something that's 2 out of 5 for taste is not good.
2, 1.
What a
What's the
shame.
alcohol
2.
content?
It's 5% because it's Spanish, like they all.
But
Have.
all of them were strong, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think that's a
I
think that's a 9.
That maths took way too long.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
Still tired.
Yeah.
Not great.
I'm trying to remember what we get. 4 for bottle, 1 for smell.
2
2 for taste.
2 for.
Yeah, not 9.
That's-
Oh, I don't know. I was giving it a 1 for smell. Honestly, that's 0.
No,
I
because
thought
I
it
think
was
it's
pretty
pooey
terrible.
cups.
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah, surely not, because they
they'll
would
be-
have
they'll be-
smelled the cups before they
No,
got
it's the
sold.
beer because that cup doesn't really smell that bad.
The bottle,
No.
the bottle
smells-
doesn't smell bad.
The
The
bottle
smell.
doesn't smell that bad.
No.
Some weird chemical pour.
It's
shit
9
going
Oh,
on.
is that how yours smell?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's 9 out of 20, but that it's saved by the
The
look
label.
of the bottle.
Yeah,
Well, that's
the
why I
label,
bought
yeah.
it. It looked
If that was a
pretty.
plain bottle, you'd be sat on 4 out of no 3 out of 15
Yeah,
or something. Whatever.
not very good.
Mm.
What else happened then on our travels?
I tried to
dunno.
blame with my club card.
Oh,
That was the most embarrassing thing.
The fact that you said it in front of everyone as well.
Yeah.
Everyone in the queue heard, and the woman, those Cockney women next to us were
Oh,
pissing
those
themselves.
Cockney
He
women
didn't
were
even,
having the time
he
of
didn't
their
even find it
lives.
funny either. He
No.
was like a dick about it. He
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah,
that's
he
your
was a
club
right-
card.
That's your club card, mate. I went, oh,
Yeah.
fucking sorry.
Yeah, you got to laugh.
You should have said, "Oh no, I was making a joke, mate."
Trying to get my points.
Yeah.
He had no points.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's what he was trying to get him.
Yeah, exactly.
So Danny tried to get on the plane with his club card.
Me and you got niced on the floors.
Yeah, I had leg room seat.
Oh, same. Sat in front. It was weird, though.
yeah, but you hated it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do it again.
I wouldn't want to be sat that close to the toilets.
Oh,
I thought that.
It
Standing
queues
next
up
to
as
me
well,
all the
doesn't
time.
There was constantly people queuing for the toilet. There was one woman who went up like 4 times in like a 2.5
I
hour
think that
flight.
was the makeup lady,
She was doing a makeup for ages.
Oh, yeah,
Lily,
she did.
Lily Phillips.
There was several people that went up more than once. It's like, it's a 2.5 hour flight. Can you not keep
Yeah,
it
but I
in?
feel
Why
like
do you
if you
need a poo?
if you need a piss on a 2.5 hour flight, you probably need more than one.
The thing is,
Because it's
because
I didn't get up once to go to
No,
the
no,
toilet.
no.
if
They're
it-
all back.
It's
Yeah,
the black.
no, sorry.
I went to the toilet for a fart.
oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
We were doing
Oh,
a lot
how
of
can you be
farting.
asked to get up?
Oh,
Innit?
it was bad. Needed to come out.
I get bad wind on a flight, to be fair, but I held it.
Yeah, but that's just because you are holding it in, surely.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Still,
mean?
I held it in the entire 2.5 hours.
No, but
Actually, well, on the way back 3.5 hours because we were delayed by now.
Oh, yeah.
that was fun.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
Joke, fam.
I
So
slept through.
what
all of it.
happened while we were away then?
What? Yeah.
So we got there, we dropped the bags off, did the big shop.
You walked into a door.
Oh, I walked into a glass door.
I
thought the balcony
I
was
just heard a
open.
bang and then saw beer spill on the floor. And you went, that door's not open.
Yeah, I just opened my first.
It was a glass door, by the way. It wasn't just.
It was a very
Yeah.
clean glass door.
Yeah.
And Anyone went to walk on the balcony. He went, oh,
I was
that
like,
door's not
I'm
open.
going to go out and have a look on the balcony
It's a
with
thud,
my
though.
beer and just stacked it. And then everyone was moaning that I cleaned up the beer with my sock.
And then,
Yeah, and then you just walking beery footprints around.
Fine.
we'd been outside for 5 minutes and you crop dusted some guy in the corner of the street.
That was a complete accident.
The thing is, it wasn't even like discreet. It was a proper. You went. You
let
even
one rip.
bent over.
I did
You
cock
bent
my leg.
over, ripped one, and then this poor Spanish bloke just walks into it.
He was literally like a metre away, and he was right behind me, and I just didn't realise.
He was carrying his cured meat back from the shop and you farted on
the
it.
extra cured now.
Sweating.
Oh, yeah, you got to sweat your meat apparently.
It's a thing.
Not a
Sweaty
thing.
meat.
It's not.
It is.
We literally googled it. It's not a thing.
And then what happened?
Fucking.
So this was the Saturday.
the Saturday night
Yeah.
we got there.
So
And
we got
then
there
what
just
did we
after
do?
the FA Cup final. So the plan was originally, we'll go and watch the game. But by the time we're in the taxi, we'd already seen that Palace had won.
Yeah.
Um,
But didn't we just go straight out?
to the pub.
Pretty much, we just found a pub.
Well,
What was the
we-
first pub though? I can't
We
remember.
went to try and find that place for food that you mentioned, and we Jay couldn't figure out how
course,
to
yeah.
open the door, so we went next door and had a beer.
Oh yeah,
instead.
That was cheap round though.
It was.
I had
what
a
was it?
sangria in there.
Yeah, you
Beer
did.
belly
It was
balls in the side.
five pints for $12.50, wasn't it?
Yeah, the beer belly ballers went on
That's
holiday, and the first drinks Mead had was a fucking sangria.
I had 2 beers in the airport.
Oh, true.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
count.
true.
Yeah, you still
Your
in
fir-
England?
Your first Spain drink.
Yeah, that's true actually.
We had a beer in the.
Oh, in fact, yeah, would have been
Yeah,
in the apartment.
Yeah, but
Your
that
first
doesn't
all
count.
That doesn't
It's
count
not a
either.
draft beer, is
Your
it?
first out beer wasn't a beer.
It
Yeah.
was sangria. It was a manly drink.
Pansy.
Yeah, and one thing to
Say that.
bear in mind if you ever do go to Valencia, no one speaks English, so learn some
I
Spanish.
like that though.
Yeah, but you were just going,
No,
I want.
to be fair,
did
I will say that the area in and around our apartment wasn't a particularly touristy area.
No.
Whereas where we went on the Sunday, and I'm jumping ahead here, on the Sunday we went out for lunch, the waitress spoke perfect English.
Yeah, that-
All
in
the
the
bars we
old
went to spoke perfect English because that's where the tourists go.
You
That's
know what
the
though?
main city centre.
It's better staying off the main areas because the pints are so much cheaper.
Yeah.
All
And
you've
we
got to
found
do
some
is go
cool
down a
bars.
couple side roads, find a pub, and it's like $2.50 a pint.
Well, like we were saying, that first bar we went to, like the first drink we had out of the apartment, it was
Yeah.
dirt cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
€2.
we had two rounds there, didn't we?
for an Estrella
Yeah, we
Glacier
did,
on
yeah.
tap, 5%.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And the barman obviously didn't speak a word of English, so like, I think I went up and ordered the first one and kind of scraped through my Cinco.
Everyone isn't that bad.
You were comparing watches with him.
Oh yeah, he was flexing his kettle. He was like, he goes, tag her. I was like, see me padres, because it used to be on my dad's. And then he goes, Rolex. What's the word for mine? I was just like,
Yeah, no.
I was like, well, it can't be real, can it? 'Cause there's no one in your pub, and it's like €2 a pint. Like, so we sank them drinks, and then we found some
Mexican.
authentic,
Mexican restaurant.
Mexican.
That was
Oh,
class.
That was sensational.
Mate, Euro taco. Oh.
That might be my highlight of the holiday. You know,
Was good.
That place.
I think that's where we started getting pissed.
Cam
Well,
was-
hammered.
Cam was scared of the tequilas.
We haven't-
the
yeah.
tequilas
Well, my
just
body
took
don't
it.
agree with
So
tequilas.
we went up and we basically ordered 25 tacos
Should have had
and
50.
and
You
a,
should have had
Fine.
50.
and, a
Stand
bit,
by that.
and a beer each and a tequila, and it came to what, 12 quid each? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah,
When
and
you
then we
think
got.
about it,
I think we had
mental.
another beer and another tequila each after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And the tacos were unreal. Tequila was banging as well.
Yeah.
Love tequila.
It was nice tequila as well. Nice
Yeah.
tequila.
Yeah, they brought out the fridge. It wasn't even like just sitting on a shelf.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was going to give us the whole bottle though.
Yeah,
Like, he literally got, just
mean,
put the
he
bottle
would
on.
have if you
No,
wanted
but he
it.
just put the bottle on the thing, and then I was like,
Yeah, that's where he pulls it from.
yeah, no, no. But like, no, don't be like that because you agreed with me at the time.
I was being nice.
it was me. It was me at the bar with you. And
Oh,
I was
was
like,
it?
Smeed.
I said, yeah, it was him.
I don't think we want the whole bottle.
That was an error. Should have had it.
Probably should have had it.
Well, not really. We got fucked enough as it was
Yeah.
without it, really.
Yeah,
but
because after that we went to that Valhalla.
that
Yeah.
was
Shout
interesting.
Shout out Valhalla.
Yeah.
Bruco.
So it was a craft ale bar, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah. They had, 10 beers available?
10 specials.
and we had
on tap.
Yeah.
we did pint tapas, which
Do you want me
Danny
to
hated.
read out the names of them?
Yeah.
Looking back, it was pretty.
So we got £5,
Weird.
5 points the first round, and we just passed them round. And Danny
Had a
goes like
meltdown.
full Luton accent. I ain't doing fucking beer tapas, fucking weirdos.
And the whole
It
point
was
we went
weird.
there was so we could try every beer on the menu. And then
Well,
you
no, we
like
didn't
it.
say that on the way.
Well,
We're going to have every beer.
it-
on
that-
the
We didn't,
menu.
but
No.
we
that
just-
was what in my head the whole
There were 10 beers. There were 5 of us. We're like, there's 2 rounds here.
Yeah, but in my head, I thought, right, we'll all order like a pint each, and we can all have like a sip and try each other's, and then like you just finish your own.
Yeah, but
But then
ordered
what
the one
happened
you
was
didn't
we
like?
had 5 pints on the table, and one by one they got passed around until they were finished. I was
Yeah,
like,
to
what
be
are
fair,
we doing?
Imagine the
I didn't
locals
agree with
watching that, by the way.
Imagine doing that at the Crown.
fucking
5
English.
Spanish lads walk in the crowd. Beer Moretti.
We'll have one of each lager and a Guinness, and we'll pass them round. It was
Nah,
weird.
but people do that at crafty places.
Yeah.
like-
Nah.
I don't know if
Nah.
they do to how we did it. It was a
Well,
bit
the thing
weird.
is,
It was
we-
weird.
With that, it made you piss quicker because it was like have your sips and then wait for it to come back round and stuff.
The weakest one was 6.5%. I
Yeah.
think the strongest
So-
was about 12.
Yeah.
bottle of wine.
In order of 1 to 10.
This is not our ranking. This was
No.
the order on the.
So you had number 1 was called Antipodder.
You're going to read the
Yeah,
description
he didn't like the podcast.
Do you want me to do it?
Antipodder was actually
feel like
the
you're
name.
reading them weird.
Am I
I don't
capable of reading?
Mate, I can't
Yeah.
remember any of the names.
I don't remember much about that
I
Saturday
saw
night
10
now.
beers, all different colours.
So you had Antipodder. That was a New Zealand IPA. That was 7%. Then Off Theory, which is the collab with Siren. That was 11.8%.
I ended
Siren
up-
are actually
everyone had-
a brewery we've had before.
Yeah, you got UK. Everyone,
That's a pint of wine.
I don't remember that
everyone.
one.
Yeah, but all,
No,
that
I
was the
don't either.
second. We had
That's the
that.
hazy one.
We had that on the second round.
Was
that
we
the
did
stamp?
we did
We had that
odds
the
the
first.
first. No, we didn't.
Did evens the first time?
No, we did odds the first
Odds
time.
first,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, did we?
Evens
Yeah,
the second
yeah,
time
yeah.
because we were leaving to go to the next place, and I'd been left with 3/4 of this pint of the 11.8% stout, and I was, oh, fuck's sake. It was just-
You
Horrible, that.
necked
A bottle of
3/4. Oh, fucking hell.
Then we had Mango Loco, which is a smoothie sour.
That was a breakfast
And
beer.
that was a
That was
smoothie, wasn't it?
It was genuinely smooth. It had bits in it.
Crazy Lines, which was a triple hazy IPA.
That one was quite good.
8.6%.
For a strong beer, that one was decent.
It's basically what I'm drinking now.
New World Order, which is a hazy. It says Bipper. Or
Bitter.
no, Dipper. DIPA.
Double IPA.
8.5%.
Look at this beer knowledge from.
I know, it's terrible.
fucking-
Kiwi Delight, which I think was the most disgusting one. That was 6%. That was
Like a
another
matcha.
smoothie sour.
That was
That looked
horrible.
vile.
Horrible.
Any beer called Kiwi Delight, you know it's going to be shit.
But it was literally like, it was chunky.
We'll add a picture in here for
Yeah.
context to see
Yeah.
what it looks
It
like.
was
It's
rank.
literally like matcha in a glass.
It was
Yeah.
like Shrek shit after a heavy night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then there was one called Zoomies. That was a hazy
That
IPA.
one was good.
That was good.
6.5%.
Yeah, I like Zoomies.
Then Repita de la Vera. That was 5.3, a red ale.
5.3.
Yeah.
I do
Oh,
not know
no,
red
I think
one.
I drank that
Yeah.
one. That was alright, yeah.
That was the most gammony.
Danny looked
Yeah.
out on a 6% and
yeah,
a 5.5%.
What was the 6.5?
You had the Zoomies the first go round.
I don't think I finished
I ended
it.
up with
though.
the
I
Kiwi
had-
one on
yeah.
the last round.
I can't even remember what I ended up with.
Then there was Torpedo, which was an American IPA, 7.2%.
Sierra Nevada, that was.
And then Pilsner Urquell.
Well, that's just
Oh,
normal.
That was 4.4.
That was the only normal one they had on. It was I
The
think
worst
it's the
one.
worst one.
Yeah.
It was,
tastes
yeah,
like
yeah.
Isn't that a
ass.
Czech beer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had it in Prague.
It was horrible.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan
All
of it.
in all, though, it was fucking mint.
It was good.
The pub itself was class.
Yeah, I think it was just nice just getting drunk.
And the,
That
the blokes were lovely in there, to be
Yeah,
fair,
they
weren't
were.
they?
They were chatty. But that was the point where we went from being tipsy to being bollocks in a very short space of time.
Yeah, we're
Oh, they
already in
got
there
burger
now.
vending machines as well.
Oh yeah, they have got burger vending
It's
machines.
just called Burger Queen.
Yeah, so we were
Burger
when we were all absolutely levered outside after we'd all tanked all them pints. We were like, "Oh, burger vending machine, loser has to do one." I don't know who lost.
Yeah, who was
Yeah, the loser of what?
I don't know, but someone lost and was like, "Oh, someone gave me €5 to go and buy one." So there was the Burger Queen, and then we get in there and there's some locals, and I'm struggling to get the note in the machine.
With that bollocks.
It just wouldn't take it, and then these locals clearly saw they were English, us were English because they didn't speak any Spanish, and they were just like, "Oh, don't do that, my friend. It's a scam. Like, if you want a burger, go around the corner." And I was like, "I'm not going to explain that this is a joke."
Yeah, I know. They thought we were doing it unironically, didn't they?
Yeah.
I wanted a burger.
We knew it was going to be shit.
Yeah.
A burger from a vending machine.
I did want to see how shit it was.
It's just going to be a Rustler's, isn't it?
Yeah, but how do they get it warm, like in a vending machine? Or does it... Oh, is it uncooked maybe when it comes out?
No,
Maybe
no,
raw burger.
It's a Rustler with a post-it note that says burger.
No,
King.
you can buy
Raw
barbecue
beef.
from the vending machine next door.
Leave in the sun.
Yeah. Even the vending machine doesn't want to take your money. No, don't buy this.
Yeah, then walk to the nightclub.
The club.
Well, yeah, that guy came up to us, didn't he? Like, he gave us this offer.
And at that point, we were thinking, what do we do? Because you never...
Initially, when he gave us the thing, we're like, nah, we're no club.
Yeah, you never accept the one that's got a bloke handing out leaflets.
Yeah.
But...
It was barely a club, though. It was more of just a bar. It was tiny, really, wasn't
this
it?
podcast studio was like...
It was, yeah, probably as big as
Man,
this
smoke
studio.
machine?
Yeah, it did have a smoke machine.
It was just heavy on the smoke.
They didn't turn the smoke machine off.
Well, yeah.
That's what smoke machine does.
I know, but it was like mega smoky.
But the offer was 2 bottles of beer and a shot, €6 each. Bargain.
I miss how cheap it is.
Same.
And the entry. That was included
And
in the entry.
including the entry, yeah. That was a good laugh.
They didn't play any English tunes, did they?
No,
They played Shakira.
Smee kept
Yeah, that notorious English
No,
tune.
they played Black Eyed Peas, but a Spanish version.
Yeah.
And apart from that, I didn't know any other song.
And then after that, did we get scran or did we just, like...
No, we
I wanted pizza by the slice, but you walked us home as we couldn't go buy pizza by the slice.
It was Danny that I was
Yeah,
following.
what do you mean? You pitched
No,
us
Danny
all
was...
off that night.
Danny, I was in no fit state to
And
know
then
where we were
Smee
going.
assaulted me with orange.
No,
orange fight.
Of course, we had an orange fight.
You assaulted me with oranges, not retaliated.
So context, they are good. They have loads of parks everywhere.
Valencia is known for its orange trees.
Yeah,
yes.
and there's loads of orange trees.
Which we showed loads of respect.
It was known for its orange trees.
If there's any oranges.
There
left.
are no more oranges left on those trees. No.
No, we only used floor oranges.
Floor?
No, we didn't. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
hang on, can I just say, I didn't throw a single one.
You fucking boring bastard.
I threw one.
I took no part in the
That
vandalism.
is not true.
You
That's
threw
absolutely
more
true.
than one.
I threw one.
I threw 4
And it was
or
only because
5.
it was thrown at me first.
So basically, it was you two.
Me? I didn't
Yeah.
throw any.
Yeah, you did.
I threw one.
I said it was you two.
It was
me.
basically J and A one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jay,
bollocks,
we
everyone
saw
was
your
throwing-
clothes the following
Yeah.
day. You saying you weren't throwing any back?
It's covered in orange and watermelon the next day.
J'adore le fruit salade.
Yeah, I'll stop for a wee, and then I'll just get pelted with fucking oranges.
That was
and
your mistake for pissing in a wall.
They're not like tiny clementine oranges. They're like big chunky boy oranges. Like they hurt.
I swear clementines are big.
Well, Clementine's not
Clementine's
fucking
tiny.
orange, so.
Yeah, but they are a bit orangey.
Yeah, orange colour.
Valencia, known for its clementine trees.
Yeah, but it's like it's a good throwable object. Them oranges, and I just kept missing. That's why I kept throwing.
Were there any locals about this time? Because I can't actually.
Yeah, no, it was about 3:30.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we stumbled back to the apartment, and then I think we had more beers.
Yeah, well, we had all these beers, which we realised that by the time we got back, we drank about 4 out of 60 beers in the fridge, and we were like,
Yeah.
shit, we're not really going to be in the apartment, so we had to carry on.
We made baguettes. Lost a baguette.
Yeah,
What
How did we
happened to that
lose a baguette?
We bought 3, and then ended up with 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
I can smooth shuffle.
No, we bought 3.
Still up there now.
We bought 3, ate 1, and then we only had half left, so 1.5 went missing. Someone definitely scrammed some in the night or in the
I
morning.
did not have a
What are you
cider.
looking at me? I'm not a baguette scanner.
I'm not a baguette scanner.
You made the baguette on the Saturday night.
Yes, he saw me make it. I didn't chow it.
We're all playing Uno, pissed at like 2 in the morning, trying to get through the beers. And then Smee just appears from the kitchen with a baguette stuffed with cured meat and cheese.
Hey, what a job.
Yeah, to be fair.
I
Yeah.
needed that. I was.
Danny cut up a whole watermelon bollocks. That was impressive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
didn't cut your
that's
fingers
not
off.
easy as well.
It was quite a sharp knife as well.
You scrammed it big time.
I've still got all 10 fingers, so
You had to check.
I had to
there.
check just in case.
I dread to think how loud we were being. In the
Nah,
apartment.
it was fine.
Oh,
It's-
man.
We
you
were
got-
fucking
Nah,
shouting.
no,
We were loud.
When you got tiled floors, it's alright.
That's all.
Is
I
that
don't
the-
think
yeah.
tiles.
It was tiled like this in the podcast. It
Yeah, it was.
soundproof.
It was.
Cameron tried to cuddle me in the night.
Right, let's get this straight.
Yeah, in a way.
Let's get this straight.
Everyone had their own bed, apart from Cam.
And Cam decided to get into bed with me and then tried to.
Right, do we want to get it straight? It was fucking hot, and mine and Danny's room didn't have aircon.
It was
fine. I was sweating my bollocks off. So I got into I went into Smede's room, which had aircon. I decided to sleep on the right at the very end of a king-size bed, by the way.
It was a queen.
It's even bigger.
Right.
Cam was a queen by the morning. We'd been spooned.
Halfway through the night, I just get this big gammon arm over me. I was like, I shot up in the bed. I was like, what the hell's that? It's Smeed, and he's going, like this.
I wasn't doing that.
And I went, Smeed! And he went, oh, I thought you were Lottie. Yeah, you're pretty embarrassed, weren't you?
I felt yeah.
Disappointed.
Funny.
Oh, it's cute.
And then the next day was the football day.
That was match day.
It was match day.
I was so fucking hungover.
That hangover was savage.
That's
I
pretty alright,
ate
mate.
like a whole quarter of that watermelon. I'm pretty sure.
same.
First thing.
Did we have breakfast?
No.
Jinx.
We had to. I had watermelon.
God, to be sharing a bed.
you guys didn't have breakfast.
Just
but
fuck already.
Oh no, we had a croissant.
Cured meat is not breakfast.
with what little was left of the half missing baguette.
Oh, you made a sandwich?
No, I didn't have a sandwich. I had an open sandwich. You get more meat to bread ratio.
God's sake.
I had three really thin slices of bread with like
12 slices of ham.
Like, I don't think anyone can kind of understand how much cured meat Jay actually ate. Like,
And that's why I am now gout man.
Yeah, but Jay also didn't know what gout was.
No, I knew what gout was, but I didn't know you got it from cured meats. I'd have been more careful.
Are you scared now?
Excessive consumption. Nah, I don't eat cheese or red wine that much, so.
Yeah, so football day. Actually, for context, no, we've not actually explained why we were in Valencia. So we went over to see Valencia versus Athletic Bilbao at the Mestalla.
Last home game of the season.
Europe was still to play for, and obviously Carlos Corberan's in charge of Valencia now, so there was a bit of...
Saw a few West Brom fans, didn't we? A couple of West Brom tops in the ground.
You know, even if Valencia had won that, they still wouldn't have got Europe.
But they're not.
It was
but they could have, though.
Yeah,
Going
if results had gone their way.
They had to have everyone else lose, basically, didn't they? But
and it's possibly the most boring game of football we'll ever see, really, wasn't it?
It was shit. I tell you what, though, Bilbao scored an absolute
the goal was a screamer.
I jinxed it massively because, bearing in mind Carlos Corberan's record for draws at West Brom, so I leaned over to you two, being West Brom fans, saying, you know what, it being managed by Corberan, you'd put your house on this being 0-0. And I'm not, and then I went, I bet you I've jinxed it.
I went, it might not finish like this, and then you went, oh, I better not have jinxed it, and then literally 2 seconds later,
he bends it in from 25
yards.
It
was a fucking worldie as well.
Have
you watched the replays of it?
Yeah,
it's
barring
filthy.
Like, just kisses it.
It's a fantastic stadium, isn't it?
Oh, unreal.
It's spooky, man.
It's scary.
It's steep. On that top, we're on the top.
I just think on the ledge, like you could literally fall off there and die. Yeah, the balcony.
Yeah,
so to like my hip.
So the concourse at the back is completely open, and so you just get your drink or whatever. You can't have beer in the stadium. That's a bit shit.
Yeah, you can't even have like a beer in the concourse. Like they don't serve beer at all, which I thought was.
It's
bizarre.
almost like a balcony to the stand itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you look down, and it's a heck of a long way down.
You know, the highlight for me was actually
the hot dog.
No. It was before the game, watching both team buses come past, and then kind of being in amongst it with all the home fans outside the ground.
Yeah,
because the atmosphere was class.
The streets are just full of people that are like absolutely buzzing. Yeah. Everyone's having a drink.
It's 50,000 people on the last home game of the season.
Yeah. But there were that many pubs as well around the stadium that like everyone was just getting a drink and then getting back on the street. And you don't really get that in the English game, do you?
No.
Well, it was a euro for a can.
Euro can right next to the.
If
stadium.
you were outside of. If you're in a bar outside a stadium in a top flight football game in this country, you'd be charged £6-7 a beer.
And
London,
London 9 or 10.
And there'd be hundreds of police.
Oh yeah. And if you walked outside,
there was a lot of police.
If you walked outside the boundary of the pub, you're like, no, not allowed that on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas there, like everyone was just walking across the road and having pictures like we were.
I find that a bit mad that you couldn't drink in the stadium.
Yeah.
But you can like literally walk right up to the turnstile with a can that you bought from down the road.
Yeah.
Like it's mad, isn't it?
It is weird.
But it was incredible. Not the game.
Class.
We one of the best moments was after the game. We were walking back down the stairs, which seemed to go on forever. This little kid chundering.
I forgot about that. Who was it who said?
Cam just goes, "That's what an hour and a half Corberan murder ball does to
you." Yeah, no sympathy.
That was good chat. That was.
Yeah, it was good.
We all commented though, despite how many people were drinking on the street before the game and stuff, of how clean the streets were after the game.
Yeah, really good.
Valencia is like one of the cleanest cities I've been to in Europe.
It's one of the safest places I've ever felt abroad. Like, there's absolutely
really
no
safe,
trouble.
actually,
Yeah.
I think it's a cultural thing more than anything.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
think
not
just
big meanies.
British people can't be trusted with anything nice, can they?
I'll be honest,
we stole all their oranges. And
I'm
tomatoes.
all for patriotism, but British people, especially in and around the football, are fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fuckers,
it can be. Yeah.
Did you see the Spurs fans over the week?
Chucking pints on the Man United.
Yeah, it was
fans.
two Man United fans just walking through a crowd of Spurs fans, and they all just chucked their pints on them. The Spurs fans did. You just think,
Was no need.
just
for it.
like,
Whereas this was the other takeaway from the Valencia game, all the away fans being mingled in to the home fans. There was an away fan section, but there was only about 100 in there.
Yeah.
And the rest, we were sat next to Bilbao fans in their home shirts in the home end.
that's the part I didn't like.
No, I didn't.
I didn't like
it. I didn't.
It is
I didn't
odd,
not like it,
and I didn't like it. I prefer the away fan culture in England. But things like that you mentioned with the United fans having beers chucked at them.
Yeah, everyone
we
was
were
fine.
walking around the ground, like in around the home fan bars outside the entrance to the stadium, and there's Bilbao fans walking past, and like it's all fine.
Yeah.
There wasn't the banter there the same though, was there? There was the support in the club, but there was
Yeah.
no banter.
I suppose it's like one or the other. So in Spain, it's more civilized. There's no banter.
Yeah.
In England, you get the atmosphere. The atmosphere is better, and you get the banter. But therefore, that means outside the stadium, you get the trouble.
But there's people that take it too far.
I feel
Yeah,
like it'd
yeah.
be interesting to go to a Spanish game of like a proper rivalry.
Oh, it would be different
Because it's
if
not going to be the
yeah.
same as like Atletico versus Real.
If you watch Valencia play the other team in Valencia, Levante, it'll be different.
Yeah.
I imagine.
What other big rivalries are there in Spain?
Well, you got El Clasico, the Madrid
Well,
derby.
yeah.
Sevilla versus Betis is big.
Yeah, true.
Bilbao Sociedad, is it? That's the Basque one, I think.
Right.
Um,
Barca Espanyol.
Barca
well.
Espanyol.
Yeah.
Those
think of
those
any
are
of us.
probably the biggest ones. I can't think of any.
I feel like
There is
there's someone
definitely
missing,
more.
but
Celta Vigo and someone.
Choose for.
It'll come to me. Deportivo La Coruña and Celta Vigo. There you go.
Is it?
Yeah.
that was good. That was just good ball knowledge.
The old town's nice as well, isn't it?
Beautiful.
But
I'm glad we did the on the Sunday before we left. I'm glad we did the modern bit as well because that's stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, it looks like some spaceships and I don't know. It's mental.
had a good bar there.
I'd quite.
The slush puppy was fire.
Yeah, we all had a beer and
what was that about?
I was driving.
Yeah, it's
Not
about
for
5
another
hours
12
before.
hours.
We had our last beer pre-airport at 4:30, 5, and you didn't get into your car until 10 past midnight.
And that was only our like 4th or 5th beer of the day.
Yeah, and that would have actually been 10 past 1 because you come back an hour.
I just had a couple of radlers.
Yeah, Radler's fire.
Rattle me this, baby.
Do like a radler.
How many beers did we get through between us?
162.
Averages over 2 days, 32, 33 each.
That doesn't take into account for shots as well.
Oh, yeah, and the
sangria.
2 sangrias you had.
And the one sangria was a jug.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
Yes, that's 162 beers, a jug and a glass of sangria,
Yeah.
and 3 shots each.
Nah, man.
2
we
shots
won
each.
that.
No,
we
three,
had
one
two,
in.
two tequila at the Mexican and then a tequila rose at the club.
I could have
you're
forgotten
right.
some beers
I forgot
along the
that.
way. I reckon it's
Yeah.
about 400, really.
At the start, we were like, yeah, I reckon we'll probably get 100 beers. And then after about
quite
half
easy,
the first
really.
night, yeah.
Went for it.
We were just permanently pissed though.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Nah, you were struggling on the Sunday, though. Or the Monday. I can't remember.
It was me that was struggling on the Sunday because we were walking to the ground at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and when I've got to go to a pharmacy and get paracetamol.
No, it's fair. I think you should
I thought
just
like
go
hair
more
of the
beers.
dog. I was like 5 pints in at this point. I did hair of the dog didn't work. That's when you know it's bad.
Oh, also, so we booked it through. we didn't actually book it through them, but it's like I don't know what you'd call it, like a holiday finding thing, and it's a website called Triptychs. They should sponsor us.
Give us a free
And it's basically you put a date in or an airport you want to fly from or whatever, and it'll find you a European game and a flight for the cheapest from any airport or wherever you want to go. And some of the offer, if you're willing to do it last minute, like more last minute than we were, I saw like Coppa Italia semi-final, one of the Milan teams, about 55 quid for flights and match tickets.
How?
But this is like 2 days before,
Yeah.
so you've got to be willing to
okay,
be able to do it really last minute. But like,
imagine if they sponsored us and this was like an annual thing.
oh,
We at least got our match tickets for free.
Please sponsor.
I'm gonna have to start doing this with the missus because realistically, we're not gonna get that many passes our way to do
Yeah.
the type of shit that we did. At
We're
the
going
weekend.
to
They're
Leon
not
next
going to want to
year.
get to the football, though, are they?
Yeah, but you don't advertise it as that. You go, oh, do you fancy a weekend in Milan? You get there straight to the San Siro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
That'd go down
I've
bad.
got a really nice.
Well.
They'd love it.
I've got a really nice meal planned. It's a hot dog at the San
It's pizza
Siro.
by the slice.
Pizza by the slice.
They definitely don't do pizza by the slice in Italy.
I'm gonna chuck
Yes,
orange.
they do.
Nah,
Wait,
they
are you
definitely
fucking
don't.
stupid?
Nah, they probably don't.
They will. In the world that does pizza by the slice, it's Italy.
Nah, I disagree.
Have you been to Italy?
I know what
Nah.
you're trying to say.
Invalid.
I
They
feel
do
as
pizza
though
by the
they'd
slice.
look down on pizza by the sauce.
Danny, have you been to Italy?
Multiple times.
Do they do pizza by the slice?
100%.
Hang on, have you been to Italy?
Nah.
Do they do pizza by the slice? Cam, have you been to Italy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
haven't
Fucking
really.
pizza by the fucking slice. Shut up. Sorry.
I don't think they do. All you are is mean to me all the time.
Pizza by the slice. They don't do that in Italy, mate.
I don't think they do.
It's stupid.
Pizza in Italy.
It's more of an American thing, isn't it? Pizza by the sauce.
No, I think
No.
it's more of a European thing.
It's
I think it's like big pizza by the slice.
In America, they do pizza by the slice, but the pizza's like the size of a
Yeah, it's like
table.
it's like a
you're
New
just
York
buying
style
a full-
pizza, isn't it?
you're buying a full pizza in one slice.
I remember, was it Prague or Budapest that we went to? And they had pizza by the slice everywhere.
Prague.
Yeah.
There was one right outside our hostel in Prague.
Yeah.
I think we had it for breakfast one day.
Yeah. It's got to be done.
Well, I say breakfast. It was
Pizza
like
by the
midday.
slice, sponsor us.
Oh, I didn't have a bad meal in Valencia either. Every meal we had was unreal.
Oh, we forgot that we went to the Cafe Bastard.
Yeah, bastard
Oh,
cafe.
yeah.
Bastard calf.
Oh, that was
It's actually
banging.
really nice.
If you're ever in Valencia, you've got to go there.
Yeah, bastard
I've got
calf.
to.
Bastard Cafe.
Bastard Calf for all day brunch, €14. You get
A main,
a
a dessert, a coffee, and a drink.
Yeah.
A coffee and a drink separately.
But the mains were like
Unreal.
massive.
They're enormous.
I don't think one of us actually finished our mains.
I had a
My
southern
French toast
southern
is
fried
good.
waffle.
And you
Some
had
chicken waffle.
French toast. French toast, and the three of us had pancakes.
Pancakes.
With eggs and bacon.
And bacon and maple syrup. And then we all had croissants for dessert.
He had a
didn't we?
I had a
cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like dinosaurs.
You just got to be different, and you.
Something like
Cheesecake for breakfast.
that. I was intrigued. I wanted to know, like, what do you mean, a cheesecake for breakfast?
What did you think it was going to be?
I don't know.
I'm going to have the cheesecake.
Oh,
What's that?
What's a cheesecake? I've never heard of that.
No, but I was more intrigued to see, like, how
Oh,
far.
what, you wanted to see the dinosaur biscuits on the top, is that
I
what
was
you're saying?
intrigued by that. Them were crumbled as well, like they weren't actually dinosaur biscuits.
To be fair, I know what you
But
mean. Why is a cafe
what-
doing breakfast doing cheesecake?
Why
Yeah,
is a
I
cafe
was
called
intrigued.
Bastard?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
There's a Bastard Cafe in Scotland.
We're going.
Yeah, but that's
Away
like,
day.
Well,
It's not going to be the same. It has to be like, you bastard cafe.
Old Firm Derby with the Beer Belly Ballers next year.
You wouldn't get a ticket, would
It
you?
doesn't really interest me, the Old Firm, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I'd rather go.
No, but
abroad.
it happens
go.
4
Oh,
times
I'd
a
like-
year.
I'd
It doesn't
go.
seem that special.
Oh no, I'd rather if you had offered me a choice, Old Firm or abroad, I'd go abroad.
Yeah.
But I want to see an Old Firm before I
Yeah.
die.
Scotland
who are
abroad?
you, though? Who would you support?
Rangers.
We were
Yeah, I'd go
Rangers.
Rangers.
Is that... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
They're the
Celtic
Protestants.
that's the big time Church of England, boys.
yes, Celtic don't like
They love the
us,
Queen.
Yeah.
Rangers
Yeah,
have a lot of
definitely.
like British or English
Yeah,
fans,
yeah.
don't
Well,
they?
Celtic fans were chanting Lizzie's in a box, and I'm not a big royalist, but that's peak.
So,
Get it on a
I'm
t-shirt.
so glad someone said that.
That's the politics section covered.
Don't know how to go for that.
Cameron was dropping massive farts at the airport as well.
Yeah, that was
I think
good.
we all were.
Nah, yours were bad.
Oh, we're
They
playing.
didn't smell that. They're just loud.
We're playing fart bogies because we're 11.
I think at this point we just wanted to come home. Not
Nah,
because we hadn't
I
had a good
actually kind of
time.
wanted to stay forever, but at the point of coming home, I was ready.
And I had the shittest Burger King. It was so dead.
Yeah, that was your order.
Yeah, why did you order that?
I didn't know it was going to look like
You
that.
always have to be different.
Yeah, you
It
do.
was literally just a burger. It was on the menu.
Cheesecake for
You
breakfast.
got off menu at Burger King.
Secret menu.
Also, Smee didn't stop moaning the whole holiday.
That's not
yeah.
true.
Yeah,
He did.
it's true.
Yeah.
You know, my
It's
feet
too
were
hot.
covered in blisters when we got back.
Oh, he's moaning now as well.
Oh, but yeah,
Nah,
we walked
re-
a bit.
Really bad. And I just picked the wrong shoes.
We
And
did walk.
that's on me.
I wore the same shoes as you.
Yeah, I know, but I've got wide feet. Should have wore clogs,
Yeah, I had blisters.
Clog.
I did.
Why would you? Clogs are shoes made of wood.
not Crocs.
Clog.
You
What,
said
he's roaming
clogs,
around
yeah.
Valencia in wooden
Clog.
shoes.
Clogs.
They're literally just shoes made of wood, man.
Croc clogs.
Crogs.
Crocs.
Thogs.
Clogs.
Should we fucking call it there?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we could say what our conversation was on the Sunday night before we
No,
left.
I don't.
All you need to know is that
Best
your,
football celebrations, that's what it was.
your mum is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And thanks for listening to us talk about fucking bollocks.
Yeah, what an absolute,
We enjoyed it.
What an
Yeah, we had a
absolute
great time.
waffle for an hour.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it.
If you've stayed this long, then fair play to you.
Yeah, there's definitely just no one.
If you want to come on holiday with us next time, please.
Or-
Yeah, maybe we'll do a raffle or
Like, share,
something.
and
Give away.
subscribe.
Oh,
or if you-
one lucky person can come on holiday with the beer belly ballers.
We just.
But we're not
pick.
paying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just
You'll pay for yourself, but
you
you
get
can
to
come with.
enjoy our company.
You got to get a few rounds
Yeah.
in as well.
We'll get the big shopping.
Imagine
Oh,
if
can't
it is
be
just
fairer
like a
than
randomer that comes with us.
I'll
though.
pay them
That'd be
£8
class.
so they can reserve the Ryanair seat next to us.
We didn't even reserve seats next
Well,
week.
yeah, true.
See you later.
Your mum's a fucking idiot.
Thank you.
Right.
Goodbye.
We'll see you next week
Thanks for tuning
for
in.
a better podcast.
And a good old thugging.